Moonbirds has got to be in there.
Why?
And I would
Moonbirds has been around for a fraction of the time, and then people say Kevin Rose, but what does that mean?
Proof Collective has been around almost as long as Bored Ape Yacht Club and has 100 ETH floor.
Proof has been around since Bored Ape Yacht Club?
Maybe I'm wrong, bro. It's this year. December.
Did you see my video where I rated the top 100 projects on OpenSea?
I started looking at it. I thought Cade needs me desperately. And, a lot of them that you didn't know much, like some of them, I don't know, I would have done it a bit different. I didn't watch the whole thing.
You should make one, dude. You should make yours be way better than mine. You know way more about them than I do. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I have done a review on probably 60 to 70% of the projects that I did cover. So I do know a good deal about them, but I don't know all the degen details about some of them. I just know the class. The latest updates, not on all of them. I've done updates on a few of the projects, but I'm sure you weren't happy with my Moonbirds classification at like B or B minus. I think I put. I just don't think that they've done enough yet. I think maybe in the future they could be A, but right now all it is just running on hype, and then they give you a bag.
Kevin Rose, let me tell you, Moonbirds is definitely the highest tier. Bored Ape Yacht Club, Mutant Ape Yacht Club, highest tier. CryptoPunks, highest tier. Everything in that ecosystem. Meebits even highest tier. Because
that's what I did. I put Yuga at the top. I put Bored Ape Yacht Club at the top. I put CryptoPunks right under it. I just don't think they've done anything.
Moonbirds has got to be in there.
Why?
And I would.
Moonbirds has been around for a fraction of the time, and then people say Kevin Rose, but what does that mean, dude? They haven't done anything yet.
Proof Collective has been around almost as long as Bored Ape Yacht Club and has 100 ETH floor.
Proof has been around since Bored Ape Yacht Club?
Pretty much. I mean, we can have a look, but yeah, they've been around for a long time. Let's go check them out. I've only got burgers and burger things open here. You see, I mean,
what do you guys think, guys? Should Philip do a rating video?
Even a minute ago, a burger was sold at 1.8. It doesn't make sense to accept 1.5. Let me just show you Proof quickly. So Proof, Moonbirds, all of them have to be up there. CryptoPunks, all of them, all up there. Even Clone X for me is up there with them. They're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. They are building in the space. They committed to it. 77 ETH floor, which is pretty much the same as a Bored Ape Yacht Club, almost identical, and more expensive.
That is very impressive.
And all time, maybe I'm wrong, bro. It's this year, December.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they haven't been here that long. Like, it's just the narrative that it's Kevin Rose. That's the only thing they're riding on. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's great, and like they probably will do great. But like right now, if we're just rating them as what they've done and who they are, I just don't think they've done enough. They're just riding on the hype of when they say Proof Collective, Kevin Rose. Like, okay, what does that mean though? It's like, well, high floor. It's like, why? Just because. Like, it's only been 7 months. So that was kind of my thoughts there with the ratings.
So look, Kevin Rose has been well respected as a businessman and in the space of technology for the last 10 years. They were doing a podcast 5 years ago on frickin' Web3 and all of that. He's very well respected in the space, not randomly, not like a 9gag meme land type rubbish that's going on here and people hear about it. He really is an established, astute businessman and on the forefront of technology and building in the space. It's like a Gary V.
I mean, it means something. But the fact they haven't done anything yet is why I didn't give them A rating. It would have been weird to give them an A rating already. They haven't done anything. VFriends has already launched their VCon, which is what in the phase 1 of their roadmap. All Moonbirds has done is drop their oddities and then gave you a fucking $9 bag.
No, they also have their conference. Look, we'll see what they deliver, but I don't think you got to worry about it in any way. They don't need to. They've proven already, in my opinion. Look, and Clone X for sure the same, bro. Clone X is as up there in my books. Because I'm saying you got to have a criteria. You've got to say, is there a chance that this project's just going to give up on this? Is there any chance that they're going to wreck? Right? No.
I needed a B+ category. There was probably 8 projects that could have made the B+ category right below A-. A- had CryptoPunks, World of Webman, VFriends. A only had Bored Apes and Doodles, I think.
So CryptoPunks has to be an A.
I don't know, dude. I just don't know. I've always had not a weird thing with him. I I don't know. CryptoPunks for me only blew up because Gary Vee. I don't think there was many projects out there who dropped at the same time of CryptoPunks, and the only reason they blew up is because Gary Vee made it right when the bull run was kind of starting. CryptoPunks was the project. If Gary Vee didn't say it wouldn't be there. Same with Creature World. Same with what's the other project that Gary Vee put everybody on?
Hold on. CryptoPunks is now owned by Yuga. So even if that was the case, unless Yuga folds, CryptoPunks, is nowhere. And
no, but Yuga has priority on Bored Apes. Yeah, they have historical value, but so does Plasma Bears, so does the fucking Skull Pride. Everyone has it. Yuga has bought CryptoPunks, so they have a monopoly.
Not as much as CryptoPunks is the OG, and it's an art project, arguably. Even though it's not everyone's cup of tea. So CryptoPunks has to be A+. There is no question whatsoever.
In 20 years, I don't know. That's tough. I don't know.
Listen, the other thing with CryptoPunks is there's a lower supply than there is Bored Ape Yacht Club. I think there's about 5,000 CryptoPunks.
That's true.
And CryptoPunks, there's no question, it has to be the highest with Bored Ape Yacht Club. There's no question in that. No one can question that, not even
but
you.
But the hype could fade. The hype could fade there. Same with Bored Apes. I think both Punks and Bored Apes, the entire Yuga system could fold if they start to not deliver on their promises.
Possibly, but there was more chance of them folding before they were valued at $7 billion and had raised.
I think it's less now. I think it's less now because now they have the expectation of doing something, because Bored Apes is so famous for adding utility onto the project. CryptoPunks was never about that.
They raised that money, putting them at a $5 billion valuation before they had other deeds, and they've actually done more secondary sales on other deeds than Bored Ape Yacht Club and Mutant Ape Yacht Club combined. And that valuation of $5 billion was before other deeds even existed and before ApeCoin even existed. So the valuation has definitely gone up. It hasn't gone down because the ecosystem has successfully increased, as has their IP, right? So in the end of the day, if you have Bored Ape at A+, you have to have crypto. Yes, Yuga can fail. Anything can fail. Any company can fail, right? But if Bored Apes are in A+, then CryptoPunks have to be there because they're both.
No, but then you have to say the same about MeeBits. Like, no, MeeBits is not getting an A+. Sorry, Doodles and Bored Apes are at the very top because Doodles and Bored Apes have done something. No one else has done something. Doodles has dropped their big collection. They've started to integrate. And
CryptoPunks gave you MeeBits, but that's not enough. I
don't know. The criteria to be A is that they have done something. Yeah, I mean, Bored Apes has dropped their other side. They've done their ApeCoin. Doodles has dropped their interoperability. They've introduced. They're going to be the first one to do the thing with Instagram. They're going to be the first one that brings
Doodles is an A+
system.
I
think they will be. I think Doodles will be. Look at their team, bro. They've got everyone from Dapper and Top Shot.
Listen, they're A, but they're not A+ because look.
Or no, they were A. Sorry, they were A. They were A.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Because look what happened with Crypto Kitties with the 2 million supply, right?
Doodles doesn't have 2 million though.
They've said that their next duplicator and the box, the mystery box, they want to go mainstream. They want to do tens of thousands of them.
But not their OG collection. Their OG collection will stay 10,000.
No, but if you dilute that with a secondary collection of Doodles 2 that has 100,000 NFTs, that will bring down the value of the whole ecosystem.
Bored Ape Yacht Club has just introduced the other side. They've got 100,000 plots. Same thing. It's another collection.
And they run the real risk of that happening too.
That's what I'm saying, but that's why they're at the top. That's why Doodles and Bored Apes are at the top for me, because that same philosophy of thinking. CryptoPunks hasn't done that. One of them has done that yet. Doodles
needs to be where you put them.
Slightly lower. I think Bored Apes is here, Doodles is right here, but I think in the category I should have done A+, A-. That would have been better.
CryptoPunks has to be an A+.
No. I think CryptoPunks is right. I think CryptoPunks is right there, but it's all the same. It's like
CryptoPunks. If you do CryptoPunks as an A+, which you need to, I'm busy negotiating with you. I will give you Clone X as an A instead of me saying it has to be an A+. I'll give you that.
You cannot put Clone X at A+.
Why not? They've got more money than every other NFT project combined because they're Nike, and they've delivered consistently from the beginning. They've been drop after drop after drop, free drops, value. They're doing the first of everything in their own way, and they're Nike.
We'll have to continue this conversation. I do like that argument. I do like Clone X. I just don't think they have built the IP and the brand. I think the only thing when I think of Clone X is Nike. and I think that's good. But I also think that's just as equally bad. That the only thing I think of with the Artifact and Clone X is just like, I don't think their IP and brand is strong. I think it's just the fact that it is Nike that comes to mind when I think of Clone X. And I think in a 5-10 year time span that will matter, and that's why I put Doodles at the top. I think Doodles IP is unbelievably strong and up there with Bored Apes. So I think there's a lot of factors, but I don't know. I mean, but we're also talking about peanuts. We're talking about a 90, like if we're talking on a grade scale, we're talking 98 versus 97 versus 96 versus 95. Like they're all about the same in the same category. It's like the A+ group. Like they're all just up there at the top. We're all just trying to decide who's right a little bit above the other, and that changes week by week. That changes day by day sometimes.
No,
but I still
is the top forever. That doesn't change.
No chance. I don't believe that. I mean, that's like that'd be like saying what companies were around 30 years ago that saying these are like, it's like it'd be like Facebook is king. It's like, well, TikTok is actually king.
No. We're in a market. NFTs are collectible items, and in the collectible market, if it's older and the original, it is got a notability that you can't take away from it. They don't have to do anything. They've said they're going to, but you don't have to. So
right, but times change, right? Like Mario is always going to be the top OG, one of the most OG, but
that's why
in this generation, they're not at the top. They're not at the top. That's why in that
cabinet I've got all Mario stuff. And so a collector will always want, if they ingrained in the space, the Holy Grail will be the original. Always.
But for a very small supply of people that are actually care about that. There's people who collect the Beanie Babies still, but it's a very small amount of people who still care about it. So do they actually matter in the grand scheme of things to an entire market? I would argue they don't. You know, Pokemon cards are big in a small niche.
How many Beanie Babies were ever manufactured compared to 5,000 CryptoPunks in the whole world?
A lot more. But who cares? You know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, who will care in 30 years? So they might not care. It might just be one of those things that a few hundred people have access to it, and it's not actually mainstream because people can't get into it. Like, that's a possibility. And I think that possibility is stronger than a Doodles. I think Doodles takes over the world before CryptoPunks.
The first Apple computer that ever was made was sold for like $12 million. Why?
Because it's Apple.
Huh?
Because it's Apple, the first one.
Yeah. So
but that's a very small market, though. But that doesn't mean it's number one, and it's going to be like that. That just means it's number one for that small little category of people. I think, as far as an entire ecosystem and a marketplace is considered, Doodles will take over way faster than something
Doodles
like a
will never overtake CryptoPunks in floor price ever. Never.
In floor price, I don't know. But as far as brand and IP and name, and when people think of NFTs, I think they'll think of Doodles.
Floor price is the perfect way to show supply versus demand. So if you're looking at it and you're saying, okay, we've got 1 million people in the space at the moment, right? OpenSea says they've got 1.5 million wallets. Of that, many are duplicated. So let's say we've got maximum 1 million people, right, in the space. And you've got 5,000 CryptoPunks. And even at the small 1 million market size, they've been able to maintain their floor price because of demand and supply. Imagine when there's 10 million people in the space, but still only 5,000 CryptoPunks.
So is the highest floor price what gives it an A+, or is brand, IP, and influence the most important thing?
It's a mixture of that. But you don't want a collection that's going to dilute itself. Like Doodles is a risk at the moment. The OG, I still hold my OG. But I'm saying the guy who's running Doodles at the moment is the same Crypto Kitties guy, and he did this to Crypto Kitties, and this is the problem. Yes, we want to get it out to every people, but if there's going to be 10 freaking million of Doodles too, then it's not rare anymore, and it doesn't have that value anymore. And
I agree, it's high risk. Yeah, I do agree, it's super high risk. But if they hit the home run, Doodles will overtake almost every other project.
First mainstream one, maybe.
But or they ship themselves.
That's not going to happen overnight either.
True. I agree. I think they have a very strong chance of winning. They also have a huge chance of fucking themselves. I just think that their team is strong enough, and I think they'll do very well over the long haul. But I mean, yeah, you're right. Anything can happen. Plus, a new project could just randomly come in and sweep the floor and just destroy everybody else. They could do something that's revolutionary, that's way more with the times, that brings in way more people, and then bridges the gap between bullshit gambling and reality. Punks is more like art. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things, like, maybe. Like, it just depends on the market. Like, who's going to care? If punks become so extraordinarily exclusive, then it's to the point where people don't even give a shit anymore about it. Because, like, it's one of those things I can't afford. It's like Bugattis. Yes, Bugattis will always be there, but as far as influence, maybe not. Maybe people think of Lambo, even though Lambo's not as extraordinary. I think Clonix could be A or A-. And
you're not going to like this comment.
Down to I mean, I don't care. Like, I think they could. I mean, Doodles definitely could come down. I think, look, I don't tie because of the way Doodles is attacking it, I don't think Doodles floor price will dictate how valuable it is. I think it's the IP and the brand that it'll build, because I know they're trying to become the Super Mario. They're trying to be the project that people think of when people think of NFTs. Right now it's Bored Apes. Still Bored Apes. It'll be a long time before it's not.